back to it at center, and it is it's a good piece of hitting. Remember, the best players in this game get on base 35-40% of the time in high school baseball, maybe 60% of the time in high school baseball. First pitch here to Spike McGill is a ball outside. McGill, his numbers are absurd. 542 coming in. He walked his first time up. 4 homers, 14 RBI, 12 extra base hits. His OPS, Miles, is over 1.5.
That is insane. He's been a huge part of this Mountain Vista team's success so far in this 2025 season, and he's looking to keep going and lead them to a possible playoff run, and just see what happens as Bacon trying to keep Crawford close. As Crawford is a base running threat.
Yeah, he's a legitimate threat to steal. We're back live. Thank you to those of you who are attempting to still tune in. Here's a ball hit off the inside of the bat, flipped quickly by the second baseman, Monroe, to Satria, the first baseman, and out. And Spike McGill got a pitch that he liked, but late movement, he ended up hitting it right off the handle. That is the end of the third inning. So we've been on and off with some technical issues. I'd love to blame our producer, camera guy, boba drinker, Ian Wynn, but he hasn't done anything wrong. Evan Serafini at Ground Central down at Mountain Vista, and, of course, our erstwhile tech helpers, Liam O'Brien and Joey Dressel. Calling those guys a helper is kind of mean. So, Miles, we're back here, 3 innings up and down. Summarize the first 3 innings for us.
We have seen a lot of base runners getting on base, which then they don't lead to runs, which is actually not usual. Because once you get these runners on, especially both these teams, like, they're able to find ways to drive them in, even if that means advancing them on a sac bunt, advancing them on a short grounder, having guys tag up on fly balls. But you're really not seeing that in this game because these pitchers are making the pitches they want, and they're doing a great job up to this point. And that's why it is still 0-0. That's why it's a tie game still up to this point, and as we enter the top of the 4th inning.
Yeah, and Chaparral pitcher Beckett Bacon has been fantastic. Through 3 innings, he's given up 1 hit, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts.
Yeah, that's because of his breaking stuff right there. And there's no talking around it. I mean, his breaking stuff has led him to 3 scoreless so far. And this Mountain Vista team, now that they've flipped the order, I think that they're starting to see it a little more. And that's just through the first 2 hitters that we've seen, but hoping that they're able to find ways on base more, work the count better, and just make some magic happen all around.
So Tipton leads off the 4th with a curveball to the Chaparral first baseman, Satria. Satria on the year. Pretty solid. 370. 5 extra base hits. He's got 2 homers and 15 RBI, which actually gives him the most RBI of any player in the game today. I know, isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Actually tied with Alex King coming in. Tied with Alex King.
Yeah, he's doing his job, getting runners in, and that's what this Chaparral team needs. They need those runs, especially with playing tough teams, especially like Vista, who's been on a very, very hot streak up to this point.
Yeah, absolutely. Fastball was a strike, so 1-2. And see if the Golden Eagles can keep this scoreless streak going. Ball is popped off the bat and taken by Tipton. You don't see that very often. A swing. The baseball players swing hard and get such minimal contact that the pitcher makes the out.
Yeah, that that fastball came in on his hands. That's a very difficult pitch to put in play, and I mean he did, but that's going to be the easiest play Tipton will make all day.
This one off the bat of Logan Manuelo is a chopper to the third baseman. Martinez takes it cleanly and rifles it across the diamond to Anthony Mitchell for the second out. Well, Tipton settled in. He's retired 6 in a row now after seeing a lot of traffic through the first 2 innings. Barrows, a .348 hitter with pretty good power. 4 extra base hits comes in, and here's the fastball lined. Gets underneath Alex King or over him for a 2-out single. But that's where you see that fastball. Fastball was jumping, but Barrows throws the bat out, gets a good contact.
Yeah, and with Tipton throwing hard like that, that's all you can do, really. It's going to be really hard to pull a baseball unless you really see it out of the hand and you know right away that that's the pitch you want. But just that decision-making and that was more of an outside pitch there, and he was able to poke it to the right side.
Bacon, the pitcher, pops this one out into center field, and it wiggles and waves for a while until it is grabbed by Jackson Crawford, and that is the end of the top half of the 4th inning. So we are halfway through here, no runs, and not very many hits either.
Yeah, only 5 to this point in the game in total, and I expect to see that through the rest of the game until one of these teams starts seeing that primary pitch better. For Tipton, it's that fastball. For Bacon, it's the curveball. And once these teams start seeing it, I think it'll force both teams to start putting in different pitchers, which then could result in more runs. But I see this being a very low-scoring affair. I don't see
right. Yeah, none so far.
I don't see more than 8 runs in total between both teams being scored here. I mean, it's going to be close till the end. It's going to be anyone's game until someone finally just puts a bat on a ball and brings in some runs.
Yeah, it could be one of those games where you really have to scratch out a run, where you get a guy on and you sacrifice him over and you move him over and you're scoring on and out. If you're a Mountain Vista sports fan, boy, is May fabulous. We here at Vista Now pride ourselves on trying to broadcast as much as we can of our sports, and our next broadcast, tentatively, is Saturday morning, 10 o'clock in the morning, is the number 2 the defending state champion Mountain Vista boys volleyball team will be playing in the regionals. We got girls soccer playoffs next Tuesday, girls lacrosse next Wednesday. So tune in and follow your teams as we try to bring, about 2 state championships home last spring.
Yeah.
We got 5 teams that might be able to win one here this spring.
Very exciting all around. Our spring sports have been dominating the field, and it's fun to watch as a Vista sports fan, honestly, as Bacon right back out there with a fastball for first pitch strike.
Alex King, 349 on the year, homer, 15 RBI. He struck out his first time and takes a breaking ball outside here, ball 1. I haven't been counting the pitches for Bacon, but in terms of our scouting work, it looks like neither of these pitchers is going to be limited by the high school arm rules. It's a fastball inside 1-1. The Mountain Vista bench was very noisy in the beginning of this game. They had a lot to say, really getting together for each other, and perhaps we'll get a chance to talk about some of the things that have changed for this team. But how about a base hit from Alex King? Taken over and then dropped by the center fielder, McWilliams, and that's going to let King get to second. How would you score that, Miles? Is that a stand-up? Is that a double?
That's a double. I think King was going right there from the start. I think he had a good read on that. He's fast. I don't know what he would have done. I think he would have probably gone 2, even if he doesn't bobble that ball. And what a great piece of hitting right there. Bacon trying to locate the backdoor off-speed pitch again, which has worked all day today. And this time, King gets his bat out in front of it and puts it in left center field. Yeah,
rifle it into center field. McWilliams, I think, was hustling. I think you're right. McWilliams was hustling because he thought that the Well, here we go. Let's go. Cruz Martinez with a bunt, taken quickly by the catcher Tyner. That puts King at third on the sacrifice. And Mountain Vista with a runner in scoring position, less than 2 outs. I was going to say that King got to second. McWilliams was hurrying because he was definitely running.
Yeah, that was definitely. And just what you were saying earlier, they're just going to scrap to try to find their ways to advance base runners. And that includes the 4-hole hitter bunting, which obviously worked, is now they got a runner on third with a opportunity to bring in their first run of the game. Yeah, Anthony Mitchell here. He's a very good bat-to-ball player who puts the ball in play very well, and 1-1 count on him now.
Fastball hits him. I was going to know. So now runners at first and third for the Golden Eagles, as they, but still 1 out.
Yeah, this
ball
is
in
a
the
huge
air.
Opportunity.
Ball on the ground might be 2. Parisi stepping in from the right side. Parisi struck out looking his last time. So here we are in the bottom of the 4th inning. Mountain Vista's Alex King is at third base. Mountain Vista's Anthony Mitchell, who gets hit by the pitch, is at first. And now Bacon. Pitch ricocheted off of the catcher Tyner, but they're going to send all of the baggers back.
Yeah, it
hits Parisi, so they're not going to give anybody the extra. Not going to give anybody the extra base there, but Parisi's heads over to 2 hit batsmen in a row. Bases loaded for Cole Bobbin. Bacon really wants to get that inside pitch, but you can't just be hitting people. That's no fun.
Yeah, he's got to make an adjustment here. I expect to see a lot of pitches out further away from Bobbin here, trying to hit the outside corner, trying to prevent hitting another guy, which would give Mountain Vista the first run of the game.
Well, he comes up with a fastball outside, just to let you to agree with you. Bobbin struck out his last time up, 326 hitter. You got King at third, Mitchell at second. Swing and a miss on the changeup, probably, is what that is. And then also at first base, Elan Parisi. None of those guys are lightning fast, but they all can move pretty well. Breaking ball, line into left field. That's a base hit. King scores. Mitchell, the ball goes through the left fielder. Burrows, here comes Parisi's. And a double with an error. Mountain Vista has 3 runs on the board.
Yeah, what a job there. Putting the ball in play. Great job. Got the pitch he liked, and misread there by the left fielder, and it results in 3 runs and Bobbin at third base. A huge hit, finally breaking our 0-0 tie. Makes it 3-0 Mountain Vista with an opportunity to score more here with only 1 out.
So Ben Baumgartner up. We'll break down that previous play, and he takes a fastball for a strike. Vista finally gets to Bacon. There's a breaking ball, check swing, and a ball. So 1-1. 3 runs on the board. I am going to give Cole Bobbins 2 RBI there, by the way, because I think both Mitchell and King were going to score no matter what. The error will get Parisi's in, so 1 unearned run charged to Bacon. The ball was hit pretty hard, and he was charging it, but it went right through him. Barrows, the left fielder. Here's a 1-2 count to Baumgartner. Fouled off. Boy, that was a really good pitch.
Yeah, and a great piece of hitting there. I mean, able to foul it off, get another pitch you like, and that pitch has worked all day for Bacon. He likes going back to it often, and that was the first time that we've seen on a 2-strike count one of these Mountain Vista guys at least foul it off, as he strikes out swinging on the changeup there from Bacon.
Second strikeout of the day. So Mountain Vista's Alex King led off the inning with a double. Cruz Martinez sacked him over to third, then back-to-back hit by pitches, and then Cole Bobbin driving in his 11th and 12th runs of the year. And here's another sharply hit ball. Depth lefts with an RBI single. In comes Bobbins, and that is a 4-run inning for the Golden Eagles. Same exact piece of hitting from Bobbins and depth lefts. At some point, that's coaching and that's approach.
Yeah, they are. He's starting to make mistakes. He's thrown 68 pitches up to this point, and that once that number gets higher, it's harder to keep his control that he had early in the first few innings. And Mountain Vista's finally jumping on it, and they're putting the ball in play, hitting it hard, doing exactly what you need to do.
Here's Jackson Crawford, who just wanted it and takes swings at a breaking ball outside, but it's a strike when you swing at it and you miss. Crawford 1 for 2 on the day. He has a single. And with a runner at first, lefty on lefty, Bacon from the stretch. Here's the pitch outside. And 1-1. You wonder how many more pitches he has in his arm.
Yeah, that right there was pitch number 70, I think, for him. And that number's going up. That curveball is still working extremely well, as we saw those 2 swing and misses from Crawford.
The nasty pitch against a pretty good hitter. 1-2 for Crawford. Stepping in here, left side, Bacon gets the signal, standing proudly on the third base side of the rubber. Lefty looks over at first. Zero. So the Golden Eagles threw 4 innings. 4 runs on 3 hits. Chaparral's committed an error. They left 3 on base. Chaparral threw 4 innings. No runs, 4 hits, 4 runners left on base. And the weather continues to be very ominous and cold.
Yeah, and those clouds make it hard. So for any fly balls here, that ball gets lost in the dark gray. And I mean, a great pitching matchup. Obviously, Mountain Vista finally jumping on top of Bacon, doing exactly what they needed to do, and got to be really happy with the production in that bottom of the 4th inning there. And
so Mountain Vista now looking at how many pitches in Tipton's arm and what do they need to do to keep this 4-run lead. Golden Eagles back in action before too long here. That's a beautiful, I mean, it's not really, it's always beautiful in Colorado and stormy, but it's a nice Wednesday afternoon here. The last day of April, Miles. Vista back at it tomorrow in Parker against Ponderosa. But right now focusing on the Chaparral Wolverines. Wolverines in navy and red, very dark navy and red. Mountain Vista black and white with those pinstripes. And then, of course, our favorite black numbers on a black jersey. Nothing makes a color commentator or a public address announcer more cranky than black on black. Top of the 5th inning, Tipton is going to face Tommy Humphrey, and the Chaparral batter swings and launches this one. And he caught the jet stream, and it's a home run. How about that? Tommy Humphrey with his first home run of the season.
And what a hit. I mean, that ball was in the air for a long time. I honestly think he got under that. I think that ball could have gone even further. But great piece of hitting there. Finally getting on the board there for Chaparral, trying to slow Tipton down here, as he's been pitching great up to this point. And I mean, that was huge for Chap, trying to get their hitting going.
Next pitch from Tipton to the next batter, Madden Kretzer, is a fastball outside. He totally pulled it, in terms of he got a little bit open on that front leg and that front shoulder, and the ball was well outside. So here we go, 1-0. Fastball lined into center field, and it is going to get past a diving Crawford. Kretzer at second is going to stop there. Nicely picked up, by the way, from Deathlefs, because that ball bounced all the way to the wall. Backing up his fielder was Deathlefs, and the ball coming in pretty fast to shortstop. And the Golden Eagles are going to have a little team convention at the mound. I always feel bad for the outfielders because they don't get to come in on this. But that's two very well-hit balls here to start the fifth inning for Chaparral.
Yeah, Mountain Vista's getting worried, I'd assume, obviously, just because back-to-back extra base hits, that's huge for Chap, trying to get momentum going. And, Mountain Vista wanted Tipton to go get out of this inning quick. That way Mountain Vista's hot offense could get right back in there. But slowing that down and chipping away at that lead, I think they've got a short leash on Tipton now. He's only 44 pitches in, but now they're starting to hit the ball I think we're getting back to the top of the order here.
Yep, first run, Tipton, the home run by Tommy Humphrey, just the second home run of the year off of Tipton, and the first run that Mountain Vista has given up in over 16 innings. That's spanning 4 games. But right now, with a 4-run lead and back to the top of the order, Ryan Dodson, 13 runs batted in and came in batting over 400. He's 0 for 2 today with 2 groundouts. So, Miles, maybe you can do some really fast math. Dodson, 22 hits and 67 at-bats. That's going to put him
just
under 53 at-bats. 22 out of 55. You guys are mathing it at home. 22 divided, oh boy. So his current batting average is solid 400. Balk, I believe. Ron Quintana did not like that, the Mountain Vista manager, in his trademark hoodie and high stirrups, and a runner at third base now with nobody out, and the sound of wind. In fact, everybody's talking to each other. Quintana and the Mountain Vista coaching staff having words for the umpires. Everybody's got to get in the right position. You know, Major League Baseball has 4 umpires a game. High school baseball has 2. So that outfield umpire is always trying to figure out exactly where to be. He needs to be able to get that play at first base as well as anything at home. So he's standing behind the pitcher's mound. Tipton's pitch is a strike. 0-1 to Dodson. Dodson in from the right side. Here's Tipton, looks. Gets the ball at his waist. Rears back. Breaking ball lined right to the shortstop for Mountain Vista. Bobbin, who gets the out at first. They're going to concede the run. So Kretzer scores on an RBI groundout. And it is 4-2.
Yeah, doing a good job chipping away at that lead. I mean, Mountain Vista had a big inning. Chaparral trying to have one of their own here. I mean, now you got to reset. If you're Mountain Vista, you got no one on base. You have an out. Get out of this inning. No more damage dealt. Head to the bottom of the 5th. Up 2 still.
Tipton throws a curveball here to McWilliams to start things off. McWilliams 1 for 2 on the day. And takes a breaking ball for a strike. Boy, that curveball of his is really nice. It's consistent. The release point is consistent. I think he's had a little bit more trouble today, and this is a guy who's pitched very well today. For the grandparents at Tipton, if you're watching, he's had a little bit more trouble locating the fastball and the changeup, but when he's needed it, that curveball has been really good. And I say that, and then he throws a fastball for a strike. 0-2 to McWilliams. Tipton again from the stretch, leaning slightly towards first base, and the ball was he pulled it again. So 1-2. I didn't tell you the outfield defense for the Golden Eagles. See if we can get it quickly for you. Parisi's in left, Crawford in center, Deathlefs in right. Tipton the pitcher, McGill the catcher, and this is a fastball charged to shortstop again. Bobbin to Mitchell at first base, and there are 2 outs.
Yeah, Bobbin, great job there, staying down, and he threw a laser to first, and we've seen that back-to-back play is just his. He has a very strong arm, and he's able to locate it. He's not wild with it. Right to Mitchell, and 2 down. Good job by Bobbin, helping with that damage control here.
lineup here for the catcher, Tyner. And he's 1 for 2 today. Takes a curveball for a strike. Takes a curveball for a ball. Well, reverse those. The original one was a ball, the second one was a strike. It's 1-1. Again, for those of you tuning in here on Vista Now, we apologize for all of the technical difficulties. It is very stormy up here. We're running off a remote camera, and we recognize that you may or may not be hearing any of this ball game between the Wolverines and the Golden Eagles. Tyner pops this one out off of the first place dugout.
Yeah, big pitch coming here for Tipton. He's got 2 strikes on him. I mean, question is, does he go back to that fastball, which hasn't been extremely controlled, or he hasn't been able to control much today, or does he go back to that reliable curveball that we've seen a lot today that just drops right out of the zone?
He can get that fastball up into the 90s. The question is that what he does, and he did. And barely in contact on it is Cal Tyner. And somebody gets a hold of that fastball. I'm going fastball. Swung on and chopped to second. King. Fields throws to Mitchell. It was a fastball. And Mountain Vista gets out of the inning after giving up a long leadoff home run to Tommy Humphrey. Tipton got things calmed down. It was that meeting at the mound, Miles.
Yeah, and it helps. It helps a lot. Just give the pitcher a second to reset, second to take a couple deep breaths, and it worked. It worked really well. Able to get out of that inning, still up 2 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning here with an opportunity to extend the lead, give yourself some insurance, and looks like Bacon's going right back out there. And why not? He's thrown very, very well up to this point.
Through 5 innings, Bacon's given up 4 runs, only 3 of them, by my count, earned. Only 3 hits. He's got 8 strikeouts through 4 innings. Has hit 2 batters, has walked 1. The Mountain Vista batters this inning will be Spike McGill, Alex King, and Cruz Martinez.
Yeah. Been leading your team for the past few years, and Spike McGill, who just hits very well, very good contact hitter, and very good power hitter too. Like he can do everything. He's a great fielder. He's very valuable, and looking to get a big hit here on senior night.
So here we are, bottom of the 5th inning. Let's tell you who's in the field for Chaparral, because you might not have these rosters memorized. Kretzer's at third. Ryan Dodson at shortstop. Monroe at second. The first baseman is Josh Satria. On the mound, Beckett Bacon. And catching is Cal Tyner. The outfield in left Barrows, center McWilliams, who is shaded a little bit into right center right now against McGill. And straight away in right field is Tommy Humphrey, who hit a home run last inning. Here is the first pitch to McGill, breaking ball outside, 1-0. Spike today 0 for 1, walked in the first inning. He's still batting well over 500. I'm not sure I bat 500 in video games, Miles. McGill goes a bunt, puts it down, and then Tyner can't get there, and that is a bunt for a base hit by the senior catcher.
I think it's safe to say no one was expecting that for a guy who's hitting over 500 going into this game. I mean, it didn't seem like much communication between the pitcher and the catcher time there. As smart play.
Just couldn't get his glove on the ball. So
been to find a way to beat it. It was not like he missed the first one, but the next one he roped left behind. Great job getting another insurance, trying to build that lead as much as you can. Let's see if they can keep one.
Look like a little ball out 300 feet away. It is a tough spike.
Better chance in case a guy makes a play like that, makes a great on the ball and makes a makes a nice play.
Pump plays with Sean. Humphrey is backing up Mitchell today. 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch and scored last inning. Pitch from Bacon, breaking ball is a ball. 1-0. Anthony Benning, 371 coming in, 15 walks, a 1.1 OPS. He's going to play college baseball. And Mitchell in the back of the box swings and lines this one to second. Funky hop off the turf, but it's taken cleanly by Monroe. Throws Mitchell out. King on the run down to third base. So good contact. Almost got away with one. If you're watching this ball game and wondering why the Mountain Vista infield is so shiny and the outfield is not, it's because the infield and the dirt are turf. I mean, the dirt's not turf. The dirt's dirt. Probably partly synthetic dirt. And then the outfield, you're pointing your microphone at the sky, Miles. It doesn't work like that. The people want to hear you. They're just rooting for Miles. And anyway, infield is artificial. Outfield is natural. The batter is Elam Parisis. Hit by a pitch scored last inning. Takes the breaking ball for a ball, and it is 1-1. The runner at third, Alex King. 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Mountain Vista 5, Chaparral 2. Fastball is swung on and lined into right field. Scoring easily. Alex King coming down the third base line, and then with an RBI single, Parisis. The fastball isn't fooling him anymore.
Yeah, they're starting to read it, and he's not as dominant as he was early. And I'm honestly surprised they're not pulling him here. He's given up 6 runs. We're in the bottom of the fifth here. I mean, Chap's got to stop the damage, and they will give him.
Doesn't look like anybody's throwing it down in the Chaparral bullpen, but I agree. Bacon is throwing a lot of pitches. Oh, there is a righty down in the bullpen for Chaparral. Could be any of, well, we don't know who it is. We can't see. There's a big brick building, but we're enjoying the ball game. Bottom of the fifth, 6-2 Golden Eagles. Bacon's breaking ball is a swing and a miss. As much as we talked about it being tired, that might have been the best breaking ball he threw all day.
Yeah, the amount of break on that ball, and to me, it looked like Bobbin was trying to hit that ball over the wall. Like, he swung so hard on that ball, and that's one of the upsides to throwing that pitch is if you can get him to swing that hard, you might be able to get him to pull his head and do just that and swing and miss. And it worked. Now 1-2 count here, trying to get out of this bottom of the fifth inning.
Bobbin with an RBI, a single last inning, brought in 3 runs after the error, strikes out to end this one, but 2 more runs for the Golden Eagles. Mountain Vista 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 man left on, and as we head to the 6th inning, it is now Mountain Vista 6, Chaparral 2. Golden Eagles with 6 runs on 7 hits. Only 1 error, 4 runners left on base. Beckett Bacon has given up those 5 earned runs through 5 innings. That's going to do a number on his ERA. Golden Eagles back in action tomorrow. They play Ponderosa. Our next broadcast is boys volleyball regional. Legacy and Cheyenne Mountain, I think, are rolling in this weekend for the defending state champion boys volleyball team. Boy, they are fun to watch.
Yeah, very exciting. Some very good players who find ways to make big plays happen. And I'm expecting to see that definitely in this upcoming playoff run. The defending champ's not going to let down easily. So,
I mean, so much fun sports to watch here. We're watching baseball. Top of the 6th inning in Mountain Vista. You know, that storm, Miles, might have just gone a little bit south of us. Sawyer Tipton back for the 6th. He's going to have Sutria, Manuelo, and Barrows, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Tipton from the first base side rears back and throws probably a breaking ball that didn't just break for a ball. Sutria, slightly open stance, waggles the bat. Pitch is swung on, fouled, and we will be 1-1. Try to describe for you what Sawyer Tipton is doing. We also can tell you that at second base, Alex King is playing shaded pretty far over towards first. There's a big hole up the middle. They just don't think Sutria is going to get there. Tipton takes the ball as his waist. Back, pitches, swung on, and popped into right field, where it is taken easily by Detlefs. 1 away.
Yeah, and Tipton still pitching great here in this game, doing exactly what they need him to do. And this is another example of that starting pitching rotation just dominating all around. Only 2 runs given up here through 5 1/3. He's only thrown 58 pitches so far, and he's doing a great job.
How are you keeping track of these pitches? How are you so much smarter than me? This one is swung on by Manuelo and popped up into left field, where it is taken by Parisi's 2 away. Seriously, where are you seeing the pitch count?
There's an app that they keep score on that you can see the.
Well, I'm keeping score right here, analog.
Yeah, but
you don't like that?
It works, but
Miles is like 55 years younger than me, and he's making me feel old and stupid up here, and I appreciate that, Miles. It's good for my rambunctious ego. Barrows! I don't know what you wrote, by the way, for this young man's first name. Could be a D, could be a J. Jake. Miles, you wrote D-A-K-E-S. It's all right. You're good at the digital technology. Jake Barrows takes a ball, 1-0. 2 away here in the 6th. Mountain Vista's got to like the way this one's looking. Tipton's pitch is a fastball, and it is a ball, 2-0. He doesn't look tired either.
Yeah, he's still pumping it. He's throwing the ball really hard still, and he's just looking to get this last out, hopefully. Trying to finish would be a great start. And the way he's pitching, I think he could go 7. Like, his pitch count's not that high. He's doing a great job all around.
Absolutely. That 2-0 pitch was a strike on the fastball. He's thrown more fastballs here over the last couple of innings than he did at the beginning when he was really mixing up his stuff. Against Chaparral, there's a fastball for a strike. It is 2-2. Chaparral had base runners all over the first 2 innings. but Mountain Vista, with that eruption in the fourth, really swung the balance of the game. Unless I'm wrong, Miles, and you can look on your fancy app, Tipton hasn't struck out anybody today. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and it is a ball outside.
Yeah, well, at least not many. If he has, I don't think he has.
I got 0.
But he's doing a good job pitching to contact, trying to get outs.
Here we go. 3-2 pitch. Full count, 2 outs here in the 6th. Gets the sign, squares up, stands proudly on the mound on the first base side. Here's the pitch. Swung on and lined into right field. Base hit. Everything's going to right, by the way, today, which tells you how good the stuff is, because they're not pulling much of anything. But that's a nice piece of hitting for Jake Barrows. He's got his second hit of the day. And Chaparral has a base runner.
Yeah, that's big for them. They got to find a way to get on base, try to find a way to get something going right here with only 2 outs.
So Tipton now from the left side will have the pitcher, Bacon. And first pitch is a fastball. It is outside, 1-0. Bacon walked his first time up, fly ball. He actually got a hold of that one out into center field his second time up. Tipton gets the sign and steps back to the ready position, throws over to first. Mitchell gloves it with his left hand. Anthony is a left-handed thrower and a right-handed catcher. Fielder, right, left. Oh, I got that all wrong. Here's the breaking ball up high, and it is 2-0. Mitchell, the first baseman, bats from the left side, but throws from his right side. Bacon steps right back in. Bacon steps right back in. He is ready. Tipton gets the sign, glances down at this catcher, McGill. Swing in. It is a ground ball to second. Alex King easily shuffles over to his right side, flips to Mitchell, and the inning is over. 1 run, no hits, 1 man left. And Mountain Vista heads to the 7th with a 6-2 lead. Bottom of the 6th inning with a 6-2 lead.
And it looks like they're bringing everyone back out. And it looked like the umpire was pointing at Spike. I don't know, might have been catcher's interference right there to keep the inning going.
Well, the fans don't like it. The Mountain Vista players don't like it. Miles, very good at observing this. So I think that's the only thing that makes sense. They have given Bacon first base. He is on base.
Yeah, huge.
Did Mitchell step off the bag?
Well, I saw the umpire after the end. They were all running off, and I saw the umpire. It looked like he was pointing at Spike and telling everyone to go back. So that's what made me assume it may have been catcher's interference right there.
Well, let's call it catcher's interference. And runners at first and second for Chaparral here with 2 outs. I won't get as excited about it. Tommy Humphrey with an 0-1 count. He homered his last time up with his bright orange bat. Here's the pitch from Tipton. Breaking ball is a ball, 1-0, but I don't know where it missed.
Maybe high. I thought it broke into the zone, but that's all I can think of is maybe it was just a little up.
Listen, umpiring's really hard. I don't want people to criticize me for my job when they don't know what I do, and I'm not going to criticize anybody else. Runners at first and second. Tipton's pitch is low, and it is a ball, and it is 2-1.
Yeah, tough break here for Mountain Vista. Tipton was throwing great, and I mean, not saying he isn't anymore, but now that pitch count is slowly rising. He's thrown over 70 pitches now, and not a very good spot to be in if you're Mountain Vista with 2 guys on.
Second base is Jake Barrows. Here's the pitch from Tipton, breaking ball, and that one caught the outside, so it is 2-2. So Barrows at second. Barrows at second, Bacon at first. Sawyer Tipton on the mound, a 2-2 count to Tommy Humphrey. Humphrey, like we said, 1 for 2 on the day with a solo home run to right. Tipton looks at second, looks back home, rears, throws. It is low, and it is 3-2. Now, he has not walked anybody today. He has 1 walk today. He's given up 7 hits. We are in the 6th inning. Mountain Vista 6, Chaparral 2. Still the top of the 6th inning. Wolverines with a couple runners on base. Here is the pitch. And it's a ball. Sawyer Tipton walked his way to the dugout as if he was going to get the umpire to change his mind, but that'd be the first time that's ever happened. And the bases are loaded.
Yeah, that was a very well-located pitch. I mean, great take there by Humphrey, able to read it. I think up and out maybe, but good job there. And now a lot of traffic on the base path. Base is loaded, 2 outs. Tipton got to make a big pitch here to Kretzer, trying to find a way out of here.
Yeah, Kretzer 1 for 2 on the day, a double and a run scored. He came into the game batting .200, the number 9 hitter for the Wolverines. Tipton's fastball is swung on and popped up in the air, giving Chase Mitchell, but it is foul and out of play. I mean, there's nothing wrong. The ball wasn't foul. It was a very nice baseball. I'm sure that it's hanging out at home with its friendly baseballs. They don't say anything negative to it. Baseball's a baseball. Here we go. Kretzer 0-1. Tipton leans in. Right arm dangles at his side. Now clutches the ball in his glove. Ball to his waist. Here's the pitch. Swung on and lined back up the middle. Taking it short by Bobbin, who bounces to the bag. Spikes the ball on the artificial turf, and this time the inning is actually over. No runs, 1 hit, 3 left on base, and Mountain Vista leads Chaparral 6-2. Now, Miles, one of my favorite stratagems in baseball was told to me by longtime Valor baseball coach Keith Wall, and he said that if you have more men left on base than you have hits or than you have runs, you're going to lose the game. So Mountain Vista through 6, 5 earned runs, 4 left on base. Chaparral, 2 runs, 7 left on base. His stratagem is correct. Now, probably always is correct, but I still think it's an interesting way to look at a ball game. It's not like Chaparral hasn't gotten runners on. They left 2 men on in the first. They left 2 men on in the second, and then they leave them loaded here in the 6th.
Yeah, and that makes you give props to Tipton right there, right? He not feeling the pressure of having base runners on base, or even if he is, he's not letting it get to him, not making bad pitches, not walking guys. He's done very well up to this point, and I think just because he had to pitch a few extra pitches there in that inning, I could see that being it for him, trying to get a save here, get out of this with a good win against a really good Chaparral team.
Bottom of the 6th inning for Mountain Vista, and Chaparral has a new pitcher. It's righty Austin Reese. He's pitched 9 innings this season with an ERA at 12.0. 9 innings and 5 appearances. He has a save, and he's 2-0. He's a big righty. Chaparral in their gray pants. Reese with a sort of a 3/4, really whippy motion. He lands on the left side of the mound, almost with his back to the batter. I know that's a lot of baseball terminology for those of you out there who are not baseball aficionados, but a very different sort of pitcher than Bacon. We can close the book on Bacon. He goes 6 innings, gives up 7 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned runs. He hit 2, and he walked, or he struck out 9. No walks, 1 walk, and 2 hit batsmen. He's got now 58 strikeouts on the season. Bacon. We'll have to add up his ERA. Somebody can do it at home and do it on the text line. And no, there is no text line. He's given up now 10 runs in 49 innings, so his ERA goes up to just around 2.0. Here's Reese to start the bottom of the 6th, and he's pitching to Ben Baumgartner. Baumgartner 0 for 2 today, 2 strikeouts. Big DH for Mountain. I don't know if he's big, actually. Everybody's big compared to me. The designated hitter for Mountain Vista. Baumgartner swings and grounds this one to short, taken there by Dobson. Throw over to first, and there is 1 away. Bringing up Preston Deathlefs. Deathlefs 1 for 2 today. And RBI.
Now pinch hitting for Mountain Vista, number 7, Cam Barrows.
And Cam Barrows will pinch hit for the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, trying to get a matchup here. The left on right instead of the right on left, and it's trying to put something in play here. Get a base runner here for Mountain Vista. Try to extend that lead even more. Don't even give Chaparral a shot here in this game.
Barrows, another Mountain Vista senior who is going to be playing baseball in college. If I can dig through my paperwork, I can give you Cam's stats. In from the left side, but here's the pitch from Reese outside, 1-0. So many papers here, Miles. This is absurd. Excuse me. There we go. Barrows on the season, batting 158, 3 hits in 19 plate appearances. He scored 3 runs, swings and pops this one back left side, and Mr. Flanagan, Jim Flanagan, up on the box seats there down the left field line, grabs the ball on a bounce. They didn't catch in the air, so it doesn't count. No props for that, Mr. Flanagan. Take it to the record. 1-1 to Barrows. Here's Reese. The pitch is low, 1-0.
Good leave there by Barrows, trying to get a pitch he likes, and obviously he's had a struggle hitting so far in this game, and he's looking to change that here in this at-bat.
2-1 pitch is low, 3-1. The infielders are playing Barrows to pull. Monroe pulled pretty well over between second and first, and Satria now is taking a step away from the first base bag. 3-1 pitch is outside, ball 4, and Cam Barrows is on base.
Yeah, that can't happen right there. That's how most of Mountain Vista's bigger innings have happened here on this big winning streak, is by walking a guy. You just can't do that, especially with a guy like Jackson Crawford coming up. Like, you got a very good spot of the order, and Mountain Vista looking to extend. Chaparral trying to give themselves a shot in the top half of the 7th.
The courtesy runner for Barrows is Brock, another senior. Mountain Vista, a lot of seniors. Deflefs, Callister, McGill, Barrows, Mitchell, Brock, Kennedy, Parisis, Baumgartner, and Brock courtesy running here, or pinch running at first base. It's unclear. They're interchangeable in some ways here in high school baseball. Mountain Vista 6, Chaparral 2, bottom of the 6th inning here at Mountain Vista. Gold Eagles undefeated in the league. Moved 7-0 with a win today. Another lefty against the
This is where you want to be in the lineup if you want to have an opportunity to get more guys on base and score more runs.
Crawford today, 1 for 3. He has a single. He has 2 strikeouts. Jackson is a sophomore. Reese.
Yeah, trying to limit damage here, trying to get some weak contact.
Pitch from Reese is outside, so runners now at first and
any shot at a comeback of any type. And
Reese has walked 11 in his first 9 1/3. He's now got 13 walks and 9 2/3. So, he walks people. That's all we can say. Spike McGill is 1 for 2 today. He has a single and run scored. He walked in the first. I love what you said, Miles. Runners at first and second. He can really put this game out of reach. If Mountain Vista, by the way, ends the inning up 10 runs, that's the end of the ball game. Another pinch runner, this time for Crawford, but I didn't catch who it was or is. Well, Brock's at second. He's pinch ran for Barrows. Not sure who's at first. Oh, Ben Kennedy ran for Barrows, and now Brock's at first, it looks like. All right, here we go. 0-1 pitch to Spike McGill. Reese, pitch swung on, hit in the hole to short. Diving stop from Dobson, but everybody's going to be safe. That's a single for McGill. Bases are loaded.
Yeah, and now the 3-hole Alex King coming up to the plate. And earlier in this game, he roped one right down the left field line. It was a beautiful piece of hitting off of a pitcher in Bacon who was pitching really well, and now a third courtesy runner coming in.
The courtesy runner from McGill is Callister. Callister often courtesy runs for Spike. He scored over 10 runs this season, just coming in as a courtesy runner. So Callister is at first, in for McGill. At second, Brock. At third, Kennedy. One out here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Reese, the pitcher. Alex King, the batter. King 2 for 3, 2 doubles, 2 runs scored, and a run batted in. And it does seem like this is a pivotal moment in the ball game.
Yeah, so Chaparral brought their infield in, and then after that first pitch, they brought their middle infielder back, trying to get a double play ball here.
Swung on and popped up in the air by King out behind first base. Tough play, and it bounces. That's a base hit. Kennedy scores. Brock is roaring around third base, and now he holds it back up. So a little Texas leaguer.
And looks like Chaparral thought it was found, and even the players did. They held in the outfield too long. Mount Vista could have stolen a run right there, but
that's a base hit. It was fair. So King ends up at first. Miles is trying to describe for you some of that indecision. The ball looked like it was going to get caught. There were 3 fielders converging on it. Nobody got it. The courtesy runner Kennedy scores. So now you got Alex King at first after a single. At second is Callister. And at third is Brock. 7-2 Mountain Vista, bottom of the sixth inning, still just 1 out. Here's Martinez. He's 0 for 2 today, but has some serious wallop in his bat as well. The pitch from Reese outside, closer than it looked. Bases loaded, 1 out here in the sixth.
Yeah, you got to expect this if Martinez gets on base and they don't get an out, you got to expect this will likely be it for Reese, trying to do some damage control here.
Swung on and popped right back up in the air towards first base. Coming in and grabbing it is Tria. Second time he's gotten that very same consequence. The first time it was popped up a little bit farther away, maybe 40 feet, and ended up being a base hit. So Martinez pops out to first. That is the second out of the inning. Here's Anthony Mitchell. Mitchell 0 for 2 today, hit by a pitch. But you've got that lefty on righty matchup again with the bases loaded. They're playing pretty tight at third base. Kretzer is closer than I would certainly feel comfortable. First pitch is a breaking ball and a strike to Mitchell. Bases loaded. 2 outs here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Mountain Vista up 7-2, needing just more outs or 6 more runs. And 1.
Yeah, big at bat here. Mitchell very good at putting the ball in play. Might not have the power to bring in multiple, but if he can poke one into left field on an outside pitch, that would be huge for Mountain Vista.
1-1 pitch is inside. It is a ball 2-1. Anthony Mitchell takes his time, grips the bat, plants himself in the box, and then just starts wiggling that left elbow. But time might work out well for the Golden Eagles because we are through 6 and they lead He didn't strike out anybody. Who's the pitcher for Mountain Vista, Miles?
It'll be Keaton Myrona.
All right.
Extend the winning streak, and they're trying to finish very, very strong here in this part of the year as we approach
10 wins in a row. 10 wins in a row is. Listen, your beloved Colorado Rockies, Miles, they are going to win 10 games before Memorial Day. 10 wins in a row is the real deal. Myrona, a junior, 6 1/3 on the season. He's given up 8 runs, walked 6. Hit up in he it's a little hard to pick up. Absolutely. Breaking ball is a strike. It is 2-1. Boy, I can't believe McWilliams was taken there at 2-0.
Yeah, down big here. You gotta attack anything you get here. Like, you got nothing to lose, really.
Here's Myrona's pitch, and it is a fastball for a strike, 2-2. We're in the top of the 7th, Mountain Vista 7, Chaparral 2. Both teams were scoreless through 3. The Golden Eagles took advantage of a couple of hit batsmen and a couple of hard-hit balls to score 4 in the 4th. Here's Myrona's 2-2. It is outside, and he fell over, which tells you a little something about how slick the mound is. Mountain Vista with those 4 runs in the 4th. Chaparral bounced back a long home run by Tommy Humphrey and an RBI single from Dodson to get 2 more. But then in the 5th, those were the 2 at-bats that really mattered. Spike McGill with a single, Alex King with a big double. And then he came in on the Parisi single, and Mountain Vista at that point up 6-2.
Yeah.
Been pretty comfortable since then. Myrona did walk McWilliams.
Yeah, you can't do that here. You gotta pitch to contact. At least if they're gonna kill you, let them do it while hitting. Don't walk. I mean, we saw that a few weeks ago. Mountain Vista played Chatfield. They were down 6-0 going to the bottom of the 7th. I think there were 9 walks in the bottom half, which resulted in a win for Mountain Vista 7-6, which actually was a big win for them right before their big winning streak began.
Absolutely. Myrona's first pitch breaking ball outside at 1-0 to Cal Tyner, the .358 hitting catcher for the Wolverines. 1-0 pitches outside at 2-0. Tyner, senior, 1 home run, 13 RBI. He is the number 3 hitter and 1 for 3 today with a single in the first off of Sawyer Tipton. Fastball catches the inside corner, and it is 2-1. Myrona doesn't look completely comfortable. He did fall over a little while ago, but that was a really nice pitch. Here's the 2-1. Swung on and missed, and it is 2-2.
Yeah,
no,
he's
but
hitting
go
his
ahead.
pitches now, and he's locating that fastball. Walked that guy, and he didn't miss wide at all on that walk. He was just missing outside of the zone, trying to get a chase pitch in, but good rebound here, trying to get the second out in the top half of the seventh.
Here's the 2-2. It is a strike. 3 called. Caught that fastball in the inside corner, and I think that is the first strikeout of the game for the Golden Eagles, second out of the inning. So Josh Citria will try to keep it alive for Chaparral. McWilliams is at first. He walked. That was a great pitch. Had a little bit of break on it. It slid inside on the right-hander and could not pull the trigger. Citria 0 for 3 today. And he's got Keaton Myrona. 2 outs here in the top of the seventh. Here's the pitch. Low, 1-0. Boy, he's all arms and legs when he completes that that pitch. It's pretty delightful, if I'm being honest. The 1-0. Myrona looks in. Swing and a line drive out into right field, coming on quickly and making the grab. Nope, the ball bounced out of his glove. Hustling to third is McWilliams. Deathlefts just couldn't keep it in his glove, and that is an error. I don't think you can call that a hit for Josh Citria. Runners at the corners now.
The designated hitter.
Yeah, very difficult play there. Almost had it, just hopped out of his glove there. And still 2 outs, so still have some breathing room, up 5 here, but opportunity here for Chaparral to try to cut down this lead and try to make this game interesting.
Hit pretty well and unable to be corralled by the right fielder Preston Deathlefts. Logan Manuelo up now for Chaparral, 1 for 3 today. He had a single in the second inning. He has hit the ball pretty hard every single time up. Keaton Myrona, oh my heavens, Myrona is the pitcher for Mountain Vista. He came in here in the seventh after Sawyer Tipton gave the Golden Eagles 6 very solid innings. Tipton hoping to improve to 5-1 on the season. Mountain Vista trying to win their 10th in a row, improved to 13-5 as we hit the last 2 weeks of the baseball regular season. Here's the 1-1 from Myrona. Curveball is a strike. And they're down to the last strike here at Mountain Vista High School. Golden Eagles and the Wolverines. I really want to know, Miles. We'll cover it in postgame. Here's the 1-2, and it is a breaking ball foul off right off of his hands. You got to think about this, Miles. Who's going to win this in one of those animal battles? Is it a Golden Eagle or a Wolverine? I'm so interested. Don't tell us now. It's irrelevant to the game action. We could ask Ian. I'm not sure Ian knows what a Wolverine is, though, so it might be an unfair argument. Here's Keaton Myrona, the 1-2 pitch. It's way outside, and blasting his way down the line is McWilliams. He scores on the wild pitch, and it is 7-3.
Yeah, Myrona's got to see that ball get away. He's got to come crash and cover home plate. They had a
He slipped again on the mound, yeah. He is, like we said, he did not land particularly well balanced. And, yeah, the mound. Oh, and then he's stepping on the turf because it is rainy out there. Yeah. Myrona, first pitch here to Citria, still up there, 3-2. Myrona, this is interesting, Miles. I didn't notice this. He's pitching in just baseball training shoes. He's wearing a pair of sneakers. He doesn't have spikes on. 3-2 pitch is a ball, and Citria will Manuelo heads over to first base on a walk. Beg your pardon, Citria now at second, so runners at first and second. Here's Jake Barrows. He is 2 for 3 today. Couple of hard-hit singles. I wonder if somebody's going to bring him a pair of spikes out on the mound while they're talking about it. Are you allowed to do that? You allowed to change clothes? So we're talking to the other experts up here in the booth, and we're saying none of the pitchers get to wear spikes up on the mound to protect the.
Yeah, they don't want to tear up the turf.
So they want to protect the turf, but they're not worried about the kid's Achilles? I think our priorities might be a little bit wiggly, Miles. I mean, it's a very expensive and beautiful baseball field. And that being said, if the dirt and the turf is dealing with a regular hot, windy baseball game, you're probably not going to slip. It is a little bit slick out there with just a smidge of precipitation. So Keaton Myrona is on the mound. Runners at first and second. Still 2 outs here for Chaparral in the 7th inning. They trail 7-3. And the batter is Jake Barrows. 2 for 3 today. Barrows came into the game batting .348, 9 RBI, and 5 runs scored. He has neither scored a run nor driven in a run for the Wolverines today. Myrona's pitch is outside, 1-0. At second base, Josh Satria. At first is Logan Manuelo. Myrona trying to clear off his feet because he slipped coming off the mound. It does look a little bit slick there. Here's Keaton Myrona. Takes a glance at second. The 1-0 pitch is a screwball? What was that?
Yeah, just a good, very well located pitch there. Getting the first strike here with 2 down in the inning. Trying to come out here with another win for Mountain Vista.
Miles only has 2 kind of pitches, good ones and bad ones. That is a fastball. It's a strike. Was it a good one or a bad one, Miles?
I mean, very well located, so I'll give him a good one on that.
All right. 1-2. Myrona trying to keep his footing. Chaparral trying to keep the ball game alive, trailing 7-3 here in the 7th. Mountain Vista trying to win their 10th in a row with a road trip out to Ponderosa amidst the cornfields tomorrow. Here is the pitch. Breaking ball chopped towards second base. King gloves, throws to Mitchell, and that is the ball game. Mountain Vista 7, Chaparral 3. I will do some adding up of some numbers while Miles wraps it up for you.
Yeah, we got to see a great game here at Mountain Vista. 2 really good teams. We saw a great pitching matchup early. Mountain Vista able to jump out on top early, and that was the big story of the game, was their 4-run inning to propel them to a victory. And from there, their pitching just took over, really. They just did really good. Tipped on, pitched great.
Yeah.
Did exactly what they needed him to do, and now just trying to keep the momentum going, get some more wins, and very good team win for Mountain Vista.
Well, here's some unofficial numbers for you. Mountain Vista winning 7-3 here on April 30th. The Golden Eagles improved to 13-5. 7 runs for Mountain Vista, 9 hits. 1 error by the Wolverines. 7 left on base. The big batsman today, Alex King, 3 for 4, 2 runs scored, 2 runs batted in. And Cole Bobbins, 1 for 3 with a big 2-run single, ended up plating another person. Sawyer Tipton does get the win today, improves to 5-1, 2 runs, 6 innings, 2 walks, no strikeouts. Keaton Myrona finished the game. He goes 1 inning, 1 run not earned. He did not give up a hit. Did have that error out in right field. For Chaparral today, 3 runs, 2 of them earned on 7 hits. 9 runners left on base. The Wolverines fall to 11-8. Mountain Vista improves to 12-5. Our next baseball broadcast, if you can believe it, is in 2 weeks at regionals. Mountain Vista, with this 10-game winning streak, continue to look like they will host one of those regionals. I would imagine that Miles will be here. That's the week of the 16th of May. Really good pitching from both pitchers, as you said today, but in the end, those 2 hit batsmen from Bacon really hampered him. And the super studs in Mountain Vista's lineup, Spike McGill, Alex King, between the 2 of them, they came up with a bunch of big hits, gave the Golden Eagles a win.
Yeah.
All right, so Our next broadcast here on Vista Now is Tuesday night. Is Saturday morning. It's volleyball. We don't know who's commentating. We're not even 100% sure who the Golden Eagles are playing. But thanks to Joey Dressel and Liam O'Brien for some tech support. Evan Serafini manning the operations down in the theater shop. Ian Wynn up here providing moral support and extra tripods. Miles Clark on color. I am Jeremy Goldson. For all those of you who enjoyed this game of baseball in its various permutations, thanks for watching. And if you didn't enjoy it, you should have changed the channel, losers. Mountain Vista 7, Chaparral 3, that's all here from the Mountain Vista Baseball. We got to get a better name for this. And before we go, Miles, who wins? The Diamond on the Hill? Now, that's almost too poetic. I'm going to work on it. Diamond on the Hill is pretty good. All right, well, I was trying to say goodbye, and then I messed up. Miles, who wins? Golden Eagle or a Wolverine?
Probably a Golden Eagle.
All right, that's probably the politically correct answer. I'm Jeremy Goldson for Miles Clark and the whole team, signing off from here from the Diamond on the Hill. I said it, but it still doesn't just feel right. Mountain Vista 7, Chaparral 3. Thanks for watching Vista Now. Have a great evening, everybody.